What is up, YouTube? It's Isaiah. We are back with day 64. We really did it. We really here now. Okay? I tell you what, it makes it a whole lot easier to live a life that I'm proud of. Yep. And just because of that one simple fact, that I live a life that I am not ashamed of living anymore, everything else is awesome. Everything else kind of like can flourish now. I'm not doing things that cause me to hate myself. And I'm not doing things that I'm ashamed of. I'm actually proud of the life I'm living right now. Am I perfect? Not at all. Not even close. But for the most part, I could broadcast my life and I wouldn't be shameful of it. I wouldn't care. Okay? I accept myself. I love myself. You know, you gotta accept and love yourself first, you know, in order to heal. But I'm just saying, like, not looking at porn, not fapping, not wasting my seed and my energy everywhere. It's actually amazing. It's fantastic. Okay? At first, I used to not really want to talk about it, even on these YouTube videos. I didn't really want to, like, it kind of made me like, ugh. Like, it gave me like the ick or something. Like, I don't like saying that word, porn. I don't like saying that. Beating my meat. I don't like saying that. I still kind of low-key don't say that, but I'm okay to talk about it because I'm healing from that. I'm not doing that no more. Okay? Yeah. And you know, I started this because I was just like, no more. And I didn't even have conviction that I was gonna stop or that I was gonna be successful with it. The only thing I had conviction of was that I can't lie, and if I put it on YouTube, I cannot lose. The only thing that was on my mind was like, I'm not going to embarrass myself on YouTube. That was it. That was the only conviction I had. I was just like, I'm done. Now, I did a lot of shadow work leading up to this, and like, there was healing and things like that and self-improvement that led up to this that enabled me to, you know, go this long on semen retention. But you know, God couldn't have done it without God. But putting this on YouTube really held me accountable, like, to the extreme. And I just knew, like, if I did lose, if I did fail, I was not going to be able to lie. I could not look at this camera straight for continuous days and, like, lie. Like, that's something I couldn't do. So I'm just very grateful to be on this journey. And also, it's just easier for me to just give my all into whatever I do now. Like, I could give my everything into whatever I do. Like, when I pray now, I'm fully there. I'm not hiding from my thoughts. I'm not trying to suppress any thoughts anymore. I'm like, Jesus, here I am. Here it all is. And the shadow works helps with that. It's like, Jesus, this is who I am. I'm a sinner. I need help. I need you in my life. Please forgive me. You know, I admit my sins. I confess my sins. You know, I'm able to pour out my heart when I pray, like, for real. It's not just like a routinely prayer. I still have my routinely prayers, but I'm just saying, it's not just a routine. Or Like when I read, I could read longer, or when I'm on my Discord, I'm able to give my all to my students. Like I'm there to give my all. When I'm on the phone call, like I'm fully present is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm fully present in everything I do. When I'm here, I'm here. When I'm there, I'm there. You know, it's like I'm there and like my mind isn't anywhere else except for where I am right now. Like this video, for instance, like I am fully present. I am here. And, you know, you can't really do that, or at least I couldn't do that before, when like my brain was ruined from dopamine and porn and all this other stuff. Like my brain is healing. You know, sometimes when I used to do NoFap and things like that, I couldn't think straight. I could not think straight. Like after 2 weeks of doing NoFap and trying to stay away from porn, I couldn't focus because my brain was so fixed on lust. I couldn't think about anything. I couldn't focus. I couldn't read. Nothing. Like as hard as I would try to read, like whatever I'm reading, I just couldn't, because there would be mental imagery and there would just be lust and desire, a burning desire in my heart. And there would be times where I just physically thought that not looking at porn was impossible. I thought that for the longest time. You know, but then again, I thought quitting weed was impossible. And I thought quitting cigarettes was impossible. I physically thought that was impossible, y'all. I thought getting swole was like, it was possible, but it was like impossible for me, you know? When things, and one thing I could attribute everything to is like when things felt impossible, like faith is illogical. Faith is illogical. There's no logic behind faith. It's just faith. And when I say faith got me through it, like I did not know how I was gonna quit cigarettes. I just knew I'm throwing this pack away. That's it. That's all I knew. I just knew like I'm gonna give one point towards the better me, right? I'm gonna give 1 point towards the version of me that's not smoking cigarettes. So even though I was talking to my dad about this the other day, even though I was smoking like a pack every other day, I always had a pack of Newports, right? And I did this for 11 years. Nicotine. Cigarettes, that's addicting. And I was heavily addicted. I would scrape cigarette butts. I would find cigarette butts in like local ashtrays, everything. I did the whole 9 yards. I would smoke a cigar. I would smoke and inhale a cigar, right? It's disgusting. That's horrible. But in the midst of that, in the middle of my addiction, I remember like buying a brand new pack of cigarettes. Brand new Newports. I lit one up, I'm smoking one, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I gotta quit these. I know I have to quit. Cigarette in my hand, smoking it. And I'm just like, I'm looking at the pack, and I'm just like, I know I gotta quit these, bro. And I know darn well that if I were to throw this pack of Joes, if I were to throw that pack of cigarettes out the window, right? I'm not getting that pack back, but I know I'm still gonna smoke cigarettes, and I know I'm gonna buy another pack of cigarettes. So in the moment, logically, it didn't make any sense. In the moment, it just didn't make sense. It was illogical. But I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna give 1 point towards the better version of me. And I threw those pack of cigarettes out, knowing I'm gonna buy another pack, knowing I'm gonna finish the cigarette in my hand. Actually, no, I think I tossed that too. But the point is, what got me through it is just faith and just not giving up. When you're on a journey to battle against porn, in the moment, I understand this completely. Please believe me. Please believe me that I understand completely that I know what it feels like to feel hopeless, utterly hopeless, like there is no hope. What is the point of this? What is the point of life? what is the point of even trying to quit if I'm just gonna do it again? What's the point of trying to quit and doing all these things, saying all these things, if I know in my heart and in my brain, I know I'm gonna do it again? And you're just like, I don't know. And you just give it one, I always use the analogy as just fighting back. You just punch that dude in the face. The weaker version of you, the coward version of you, the addiction. Punch him in the face, even if you know that you might get beat up in the moment. Right? You just have to fight back, and eventually you end up winning the fight. Eyes closed, swinging, not knowing what you're hitting. You just have to have faith when it seems impossible. It's like a David and Goliath situation. It physically looks impossible. I'm telling you, I know what it feels like. I've tried over and 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 over again to quit. And even when I do quit, or even when I try to quit, it's just the burning desire, a burning, painstaking desire inside of my heart and inside of my brain that won't leave me alone, and I can't think straight until I just please the desire. And when I'm in that moment, I remember a lot of times I'll just be like, let me just please this desire so it could shut up. Let me just do it so my body could just shut up. And sometimes that's why I would give in a lot of times, so I could just focus, so I could just think about something else for once. Even if it lasted a few days, whatever. I was just like, I can't deal with this desire, this itch. I have to just get it over with. Quick. And then sometimes I try to just not feel sorry, just whatever, I did it. And just try to go on with my day. But no matter how much you try to block it out of your mind, deep down in your heart, you know you're a fraud. You know you do things that you don't think are right. You do things that in your heart you know are morally wrong. You do things that cause you to feel shame towards yourself. And that's ultimately why we want to quit. That's ultimately why we want to stop doing it. Right? Is because we have a conscience. We have a moral compass. And when it is off, we can't. The moral compass is more agitating. When the moral compass is off, it's more agitating than when we have a burning desire for lust. The burning desire for lust might be really, really strong in the moment, but it goes away. The moral compass is deeper than that, and it never goes away. The lust temptation, that'll go away whenever you please it. It'll go away whenever you please it. The moral compass is like, when it's off, it's off. And everything feels off until it's right. Or you could just live in delusion. So I don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm just ranting, I guess. But if I had to say anything about this message, I would just say, don't give up, even though it feels physically impossible. Logically, physically, everything is saying impossible. And it just doesn't make any sense to try and even resist it at times. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. Holy crap, it's so crazy. You just don't give up, bro. And if you don't give up, eventually, I promise you, if you don't give up and you try, it's not just okay, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to be healed. No, you have to not give up and you have to fight back. Me throwing that pack of cigarettes out that one day was a punch in the face, a punch in the nose to the addiction. That's what it is. You going on those little nofap streaks, right? Whether it's 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 25 days, 30 days. Even though you feel like even when this streak is over, I'm going to do it again in the future, so what? Do it. Still go for it anyways. Because that's you fighting back. And eventually, that's one thing that it doesn't have is like, you end up beating it by stamina. You end up beating addiction, temptation, old lifestyle by stamina. That's it. That's how they lose. Not by the power of force in the moment. I think, Rocky Balboa said it best. It's not how hard you could hit. It's about how hard you could get hit and keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, you just have to outlast the pain. And when you outlast the pain, the addictions, the temptation, the lifestyle, the old friends, they give up. They can't keep up. They don't have stamina. They don't have stamina like that. They have like force in the moment. They have force in the moment to punch you hard, but their breath, they give out. They give out, bro. It's all about stamina. If you have stamina in life, you just never give up and you just punch back, you just keep fighting back, you could beat any addiction, no matter how impossible it seems. And if you want evidence for that, just go look at addicts who are healed now. Look at me, for example. Cigarettes, Xanax, I was smoking meth, alcohol, sex, lust was crazy, and yeah, if I could do it, I'm telling you from my personal experience, I thought that stuff was impossible. Anybody could do it. But go look at other ones. Look at Brandon Novak. From like Viva La Bam, used to hang out with Bam Margera. Go listen to his story. His story is actually insane. His story is crazy. That's a real addict, bro. Go listen to Brandon Novak's story. Actually, I'll try to leave a link. If I forget to, I'll do it another day, but I'll leave a link to Brandon Novak's story, telling his story about him overcoming addiction. He was addicted to heroin, I believe. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Day 64 of semen retention. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do.